following President Trump's remarks on Spain and basically his intention to cut any trade relations with the country, I mean, what is your reaction? And also whether you can confirm that such a reaction would suspend the trade agreement, and maybe step back, what credibility you give to such remark, given that it's not the first time we heard something similar.
Thank you very much for your question, Jorge. Here's what I can say on behalf of the European Commission. The Commission has been very clear and consistent on this issue, and our approach will not change. As we have said previously, trade between the European Union and the United States is deeply integrated and mutually beneficial. Therefore, it is in our mutual interest to safeguard this relationship. Indeed, this is more important than ever in a time of global disruption. I remind you that we signed a joint statement with the US last year. We expect the US to honour its commitments under that joint statement, as we have honoured ours. And finally, I repeat, the Commission will always ensure that the interests of the European Union and all our member states are fully protected. We will continue to advocate for stable, predictable and mutually beneficial transatlantic trade for the benefit of all. Follow-up.
When it comes to the protection of the EU interests and its member states, could you walk us through what will be the consequences of suspending the trade relations with a country like Spain?
Thank you, Jorge. If a moment comes where I consider it necessary to explain that in detail to you, I will do so. This is not that moment.
While he was in Ankara, Trump said, and I quote, "Greenland should be controlled by the United States, not Denmark." We've heard this threat before. Now it's back on the table, fully and firmly. How do you reply to this threat, and how far are you willing to go to defend the sovereignty and integrity of Denmark, one of your member states? Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Jorge. Similarly to what I said in response to the question from your namesake earlier, we have dealt with this before, but I'm happy to repeat what we said then. Greenland is an autonomous territory in the Kingdom of Denmark. Decisions about the future of Greenland are for Greenlanders and Danes to decide. Territorial integrity, national sovereignty and inviolability of borders are fundamental principles of international law. They are essential not only for the European Union, but for nations around the world. We will not stop defending them, and the EU stands in full solidarity with Denmark and the people of Greenland. Follow up.
Yes, thank you. Obviously, we remember that in January, when it was the Greenland crisis, then NATO, well, not NATO actually, Denmark, Greenland and the United States launched a diplomatic process to solve this issue. It seems that Trump is not satisfied with this process. Do you think diplomacy is still the solution for this? Do you think there's a hope for diplomacy to mitigate Trump's annexionist threat? Thank you.
Thank you for your follow-up question, Jorge. I have nothing to add to my previous comment.
Also regarding Donald Trump's comments in Ankara, he said that the ceasefire with Iran is over, that he doesn't see much point anymore in negotiations. So I was wondering about the EU's response, given that you have pushed for a negotiation solution. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. It is clear that only and only diplomacy can bring about a sustainable solution to all outstanding issues. It is crucial that all actors fully respect the ceasefire, implement the UN Security Council Resolution 2817, and refrain from actions that endanger the ongoing diplomatic process.
So does that mean that you do not consider that the ceasefire is over? I'm a bit confused.
I think our position is quite clear and do not let any room for confusion. It is crucial that all actors fully respect the ceasefire.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.